Gummies and Cocktails. Cocktails and Dreams would have been the name in Cocktail with Tom Cruise and for Elizabeth Shue back in the day. She was a smoke show. Gummies and Cocktails would be the G&C. But it's the Dago Bar. There's so many names.
GNC. We're not talking about the general nutrition.
No, we are not. Anyway, it's IDT. I don't disagree. It is a sip 'em slow. We are ice watering it up. We are hydrating after a day of gluttony with large smoked hams.
Yeah.
Kudos to the wife, Becky. Amazing as usual. Did the homemade mashed potatoes. That was wonderful. The kids liked it.
Disappointed I didn't see those out.
Anthony actually had 2 helpings of the ham. That's how you know how it was good. Anthony was like,
It's salty meat. Kids go after that.
do. But his point had the honey glaze and the brown sugar. Oh. And usually, I like mustard with my ham. This didn't even need mustard. It was so good.
No. Well, it's got the brown sugar glaze on it.
It doesn't need it.
No.
Doesn't need it. Anyway, this is segment 2. All things NBA playoffs. The opening weekend is upon us. We are in the stretch here of the end of game ones. Currently, Golden State on the road, up 12 in the third. Look, this is what I was trying to explain to
Draymond Green.
Draymond getting physical. Here we go.
They call a foul on Dylan Brooks.
Here we go. Draymond, you actually called this Draymond and Dylan. You said these two were going to lock horns at some point. Here we are.
Well, it's like when you think about
here we are.
Who I dislike more. How is this? I mean, he's shoving Dylan Brooks. How is that a foul on him?
I don't know. I don't think it is, to be honest with you.
No.
But here's the thing, and there's runaway getting around this. That's backdoor me, and that was Butler, Jimmy Buckets with a
Jimmy
great
Buckets, the Steph Curry,
who's a stat sheet stuffer. Look, people don't want to, and I don't like Jimmy Butler but he's a hell of a player.
You're right. Yeah.
This is the reality, and this is why I said they have a chance to come out of the West, because he is a closer. He was the man on his team, and he led a team to 2 NBA Finals. Kind of like everybody praises Luka Doncic for doing this once. This guy did it twice. Okay,
and he didn't have a lot.
He didn't have no Kyrie Irving next to him. I can tell you that right now.
He didn't have a big 3.
No, but the reality is, Steph Curry, the best player Steph Curry ever played with was Kevin Durant. The second best player he's ever played with is Jimmy Butler. That is a fucking fact. Klay Thompson ain't no Jimmy Butler. He does one thing better than him. One. That's it. And that's all. That's it. And that's all. When he was a splash brother, he was great. But he doesn't do anywhere near all the stuff that Jimmy Buckets does. Buckets will lock you down on defense. Buckets will get you 10 rebounds. Buckets will get you 10 assists. Buckets will drop 30 or 40 on you.
Right. Without the 3.
Without the 3-point line. Okay. This guy is a closer. Okay. And they've got 2 of them now. Okay. Usually we say a team that has 1 closer is dangerous. They've got 2.
Yeah. And Jimmy's also an asshole.
And he's an asshole. He doesn't give a shit.
Which sometimes you really need.
Actually, it works in your favor in the playoffs because assholes win. I know. I was an asshole. Okay? I know that surprises all of you, especially Tom.
No, the only problem with that statement is he said he was an asshole.
Still an asshole. True asshole never dies.
No,
Tom.
of course not. No. You never change your colors.
Just reinvent ourselves. You know? Now I'm an asshole on a podcast. Anyway, but this is the thing about Golden State. The second they made this trade, I was like, they're a contender right now if Steph's healthy because they got 2 guys in the fourth quarter that can take over the game.
Imagine being a 2 seed and you get the best shooter ever with Jimmy Butler as his
sidekick. That's not.
I mean, that's not fair.
It's not an easy draw, and they're down 15 at home, and we're not making it up.
Although the West is that deep. I mean, if you were the 3 seed, you'd be playing.
Look
Minnesota.
At that shot! Did you see that fucking shot? That was a Tatum shot.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass.
He's a pain in the ass.
It's a Tatum shot, but he's 5 inches shorter.
He just posted up a bigger guy and hit a fadeaway on him from the mid post. Klay Thompson couldn't do shit like that. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I mean. This is no fluke that Golden State is here, and I'll be shocked if they are not in the conference finals because I don't think after what LA did, is LA beating Minnesota?
I mean,
I had LA barely winning this in 7. I'm not so sure they win this series anymore.
It's definitely not a given. I think they should win it though. Julius Randle
can't play any defense. LA does not play defense. They don't. LeBron is 40. Sorry. You can't. I mean, he can do things in spurts. He can occasionally get you from behind.
I can't remember what I picked in the LA series.
I had them in 7. I think you had them in 6.
Yeah, maybe I went with Lawton on that one.
I had them in 7, but I had them in 7 because I thought that the matchup favored Minnesota. The difference was LA has 2 closers, Minnesota has 1.
Yeah.
That's what I thought the difference was. Here's the thing. If Naz Reid is going to continue to play like I thought he'd play well, if he plays like that, LA has no shot.
Well, and then you add
They have no shot.
If Julius Randle plays well.
Well, he's an all-star. I'm not going to be surprised if he plays well.
I know, but sometimes he gets lost in the sauce. He's a little loopy.
I think he's fit in well with them. I think he has. I think he looks like he's pretty comfortable now. And again, I didn't expect that from day one. It wasn't that way because you're switching teams like that. But he looks pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah.
He does. Butler, again, they are up 20. And he's talking to you.
He's talking shit.
He's talking to you. He's talking to you, America.
Amen. Thompson's getting schooled. You can't stand there with your hands down, dude.
Not on that dude.
Come on. You got to get in his shit.
Yeah.
Somebody better talk to him.
You better talk to him. Don't have Grant Williams talk to him, whatever you do. Keep Grant Williams away from this. Like Matt Patricia near a sideline. Keep him away from this.
Dude, WNBA's starting soon.
It is. It is. And
it's going to be fun.
I'm very excited to see what this Dallas Wings backcourt does. And
dude, the Fever are going to be
The Fever
better.
look better. They made some good moves. I thought they won the offseason.
They got some toughness.
Yeah, they're going to be tough.
They got Dewana Bonner.
I don't understand why the Aces kind of did what... I don't understand what the Aces did.
Well...
I don't understand it.
There's something up with that organization. We've talked about them.
I get it. That team won back-to-back. It's hard to three-peat. Okay?
Yeah, and then you get rid of your point guard.
There are 3 teams in the history of the NBA that have three-peated. The Celtics of the 60s, the Bulls of the 90s, and Kobe and Shaq. That's
Bulls
it.
do it twice.
They did it twice. The Celtics won 8 in a row. And they won. Then they went back-to-back with Russell as player coach.
So it's just the Celtics and the Bulls.
The Lakers did it.
Oh, the Lakers.
Kobe and Shaq won 3 in a row to start the century.
That's right.
So 3 teams in the history of the NBA in the 80, whatever it is year.
They had a chance to win 4, right? They lost to the Pistons. Or was there a year in
I
between?
don't know. How did that? No, San Antonio won, and then the Pistons won. They were going for they lost to San Antonio, I believe, and then they reloaded with Malone and Peyton, Gary Payton and Karl Malone. And they got to the final, and then the Pistons beat them.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, because the Spurs won in 03. The Lakers won 2000, 2001, and 2002. Then it was...
Get there that
but the thing is, it's hard to three-peat. The Houston Comets, I think, are the only WNBA team to do this.
Hard to repeat.
In 27, yeah, it's hard to repeat. The Aces repeated and were going for a three-peat. They didn't get old.
No.
They have the league MVP. Kelsey Plum is not over the hill. I don't understand what... you draft a good player to add, and you get back in there and you roll the dice. You were in the finals. They were in the finals. I don't get it.
Who was?
The Aces were. They lost to the Liberty in the finals.
No. It was...
they lost in the...
It was Minnesota, I think.
I'm sorry, it was Minnesota. Minnesota
right,
beat the Aces.
Nafisa Collier...
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry.
Right.
My bad. Minnesota beat the Aces. But Minnesota was a great team.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And they have Nafisa Collier, who's...
a stud.
Top 3 in the league, probably top 5.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So, if you're the Aces...
She won the one-on-one tournament in that... the 3-on-3 league did a one-on-one tournament? That was actually pretty cool.
What was that?
And I think the winner of it won a couple $1 million
That's
or
awesome.
something like
Good.
that.
Good for them.
And then everybody started going, "Ooh, do you think the men would do it?" Some of the games weren't great, but Nafisa Collier, man,
The
she was
men
out
will
for blood.
never, ever, ever...
Because they don't want to look bad.
Their brand.
They don't want to look bad.
Brand. Yeah, do it. Brand. Okay, the last one-on-one matchup that was on TV was Julius Erving versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Really?
Yep. Kareem won.
How bad?
I think he won 14 or 15 to 8.
Pretty good for Dr. J.
I mean, he's 7'3", and Dr. J's 6'7". So they went one-on-one, and this is back in the late 70s when Jabbar was still in his prime. Jabbar won 6 league MVPs.
Yeah.
That's one more than Michael Jordan won. Okay, so...
See, the thing with the Aces is that was a weird deal, but they picked up Jewel Lloyd. Now, Jewel Lloyd was part of... She was on the Storm, I believe. So it was her, Sue Bird, and Breanna Stewart when they won a title.
Okay.
And then Jewel Lloyd was supposed to be the centerpiece because Breanna Stewart went to the Liberty. Sue Bird retired. But Jewel Lloyd did not have a good year last year, shooting-wise.
Okay.
But maybe they think her and Asia Wilson will be a good pair.
Yeah. Could be.
As opposed to Kelsey Plum. But
Kelsey Plum can play. She's an all-star.
So is Jewel Lloyd.
Yeah. But I'm saying, why are you getting rid of Kelsey Plum? She wasn't the problem. I mean, it's like, so I don't know. Steph Curry
I think they have.
Oh, my God. He just.
That's one of those. If you didn't know that was Steph Curry, you'd be like, "Who's this asshole throwing the ball up?"
I've seen 2 guys do that. Him and Bird.
No, I've seen plenty of guys at the YMCA do that.
No, but I mean the NBA. I've seen 2 guys do that. Him and Bird. That's it. I've seen Bird fall into a trainer and hit one against. I've seen this happen, but it's one of 2 guys. It's like,
and it's not luck.
It's not luck. It's just not.
It looks like it.
It is, but it's that dude. If that goes in, that. But this is why Steph Curry has juice, because literally he can take 5 minutes off because Jimmy Butler can take over for 5 minutes. Klay Thompson couldn't do that shit. Kevin Durant could do that shit. Okay, but so
that shot is insane.
That's insane.
I mean, his feet are on the out of bounds line.
Okay, maybe I was wrong about Golden State winning this in 7. Maybe they win it in 6 or 5. I don't know.
I mean, my God, Houston looks like they don't know what's going on.
They look lost.
They're just like.
They look lost.
I'd like to see a shot of Ime. Because I wonder what he's doing.
He's got 22 points. Stephen A. Smith was talking about how Amen Thompson was going to be all up in Curry's junk. And I'm like, really? He doesn't look like he's in his junk right now.
He wasn't in Jimmy
and his bucket's junk either.
Which I'm not.
Look, they're young. They have better days ahead of them. But anyone thinks they were ready for this moment? They hadn't seen these guys.
Yeah, and this is really their first year being.
Yeah, legit. They weren't in the playoffs last year. Now they went from not in the playoffs to a 2 seed. And you draw
That's impressive.
You draw these guys.
Yeah, that's a fucked up draw.
You draw these guys.
But again, in the West, you're going to draw somebody tough no matter. Now, if you had gotten they weren't getting the 1
Well,
seed,
look, let's be clear about something. If Jimmy Bucket started the season in Golden State, they're not a 7 seed. This is just like if Orlando didn't get hurt. They're not a 7 seed. So, yeah, I mean, look, I get it. This is the thing about the NBA, okay, that I love about it. I hate it because it's fucking my team right now, but it's what it is.
Well, see, that's the crazy part about the play-in is that a team who stunk all year because of injuries or something like that, they get a shot to squeeze in.
Yeah.
And if they're a different team, now they can actually make some noise.
We have already seen a play-in team go to the NBA Finals, so you can't sit there and say it doesn't work.
Who was it, the Heat?
The Heat did it 2 years ago as a play-in. Say what you want. They're in the NBA Finals.
That was embarrassing, though, that Boston allowed them to get there.
Well, that's Boston being Boston.
I mean,
that's why I keep telling people they have to prove it to me that they're not going to do that again.
To go down 3-0 to that team is
only to come all the way back.
Right. It's just a crime.
And then Jason Tatum gets hurt in the first minute of Game 7.
I mean, what a crime.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it never should have been that.
You literally handed them that series for no reason.
They handed Golden State the championship the year before.
You're right.
So it's what they do. You know, last year they stopped giving things away and they won a championship. We'll see what happens this year. They gave away a lot of home games this year.
Oh, dear God, what the fuck was that?
That was the clock. I'm assuming the shot clock, and they had no choice.
That was not Steph Curry shooting.
Yeah. Right now it's 66-45, by the way.
You'd think we were watching a playing game.
This is I didn't expect this.
Ime Udoka is looking around like,
what the hell?
Check, please. Check, please. Check, what is that from? I feel like.
Check, please.
Check, please.
There's a couple of. Oh, it was Dumb and Dumber.
Was it Dumb and Dumber?
Check, please, sir. The guy starts gurgling. And on the ground. Check, please.
Because they gave him the rat.
The guy's dead on the ground. Check, please.
Check, please. Why don't you eat up and we'll tell you?
I'll tell you about it. I can't believe they did that. No, Dumb and Dumber is classic. So anyway, all right, now it's getting physical. Oh, it's getting physical. Look at this. He just
took him down.
Yeah. Oh, look, Dylan Brooks is right in the middle of it. What a surprise.
This guy's so annoying.
Oh, he is.
That's his game, though. I mean, that's the...
Now, let me ask you this. Is he as annoying as you know who? Lowry. Kyle Lowry.
Oh, without a doubt.
Is he as annoying as him? Kyle Lowry has a
He's not as good as Kyle Lowry.
No, but is he as annoying? Kyle Lowry is really annoying. I mean, he's...
I see, but...
Did we ever do our all annoying list?
I don't think we have.
We probably could do it right now. I got 3 guys.
See, I think this
Those
guy's,
two and Draymond.
I think this guy's more Bush League than Kyle Lowry.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad. Kyle
Some of the
Lowry's pretty
stuff he
Bush.
does is the worst thing I've seen Kyle Lowry do. Maybe not the worst, but it was a combo, and you're gonna remember it.
Of course I am. He did it against the Celtics.
No, it was against the Knicks.
Oh.
It was when Joel Embiid sticks his foot out, trips Jalen Brunson. Kyle Lowry sees it, dribbles up, and jumps over Jalen Brunson, sticks his feet under him, and falls over. And the ref's dumbass calls a foul on Jalen
That was
Brunson.
bad.
Like, what the?
That was so bad.
He purposely tripped over a guy.
That might have been the most obvious fucking.
And they called it.
And they called it. It was just like, you got to be kidding me, right? Like,
That was pathetic.
go to the replay, please.
Right.
Like, what are you looking at? In fact, I think that play is what resulted in replays.
No, it was last year in the
It was
playoffs.
last year, yeah. And they were out of challenges. They couldn't challenge it. That is what happened.
I mean, it was such a whack-ass play. Like, dude ran up to him to trip him.
You can challenge a call unless you've challenged a call and lost.
The Knicks have a tendency of not challenging shit that's, oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That was deep.
He said, excuse me, Steph.
That's the big man.
Yep. He's a good player.
He's a very good player.
What's his name? Sengen.
Yeah.
Alpern?
Alpern Sagan. Sounds like a hockey player.
Yeah.
But he can play. Kid's good. This isn't over. I mean, it's
Well, I hope it's not.
no. It's 66-50. There's 4.5 to go in the third.
The problem is if Steph hits a few more of these falling out of bounds, then it's over.
Well, this is in Draymond's face. Draymond's right there.
Oh, that was
That's a
good.
tough shot. That's a tough shot.
Love seeing that in Draymond's face.
He couldn't have played any better. So, I mean, to be fair. But, the LA Lakers are in real trouble here. I mean,
Losing games.
it's not just that they lost, it's the way they lost. JJ said that they were surprised or not ready for the physicality of the Timberwolves. You've got to be kidding me.
That's all they are.
That's all they are. It's
literally
like,
what
did
they
you
are.
not see just put the tape into the series against Denver last year, and then when they beat the defending champs at the time, they out physical.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
Rudy Gobert, Nas Reed, Julius Randle.
Yeah, they were.
Anthony.
Yeah, I mean,
Edwards,
Caldwell. What's his name?
Pope?
No, Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know how physical he is, but he wasn't the one
No.
that was throwing the bows. He wasn't that dude.
No.
All those guys are still there. Okay.
Cat can get physical.
He can play physical.
But that's not who he
Thank you for
is.
saying that.
Yeah, he's
Let me
like-
clarify. I'm not saying he can't play physical. He's not a.
Yeah, he's not like that.
He's not an initiator. He's not a guy that's
yeah.
going to go out there and set a tone like
Right.
that.
No.
But he didn't have to on the Timberwolves because they're loaded with guys like that.
Yeah.
So when JJ Redick says that out loud,
That's kind of an indictment on
it's like,
the preparation.
not kind of, it is. And JJ knows his shit. We disagree on a lot of stuff, but JJ knows basketball. He knows. And look, he's done a hell of a job with the Lakers. They got the 3rd seed. That's the highest seed they've got in the entire LeBron James era.
Yeah.
So, and they got Luka after the All-Star game. So, I mean, he kept them in contention for a while. They were hovering between 4 and 5 for most of the season. So he had them there, and then Luka falls in their lap. So I mean, but the physicality to say that when that's Minnesota's calling card, I don't get. And I got news for you. Whether LA is now knows it's coming or not, is LA equipped to do anything about it? Because that's the real question. We can sit here and talk about how, and this is, I'm glad this actually came up because this is, to me, is the essence of the playoffs. At some point to win a championship, and I've seen this enough times in my life to know it's true, you have to win a series that's we call it a rock fight, a Donnybrook. You're going to have a series somewhere in this run where it's going to be the Knicks in '92 against the Bulls. That was one of the most physical series. That one, the Celtics and the Pistons in '87. LA Boston '84 was a knockdown. That series changed basketball forever. I mean, you look at all these teams. They go through a team like this. Yeah. You have to because you're going to run into them.
So I didn't watch any of I saw like little bits of it. Tell me what you saw. Like, how did they do?
LA was up 7 after 1.
Okay.
It was 28-21. Okay. Kind of where I thought they would be. In the second quarter, Minnesota hit them, and it wasn't. I mean, they were doing it in the first quarter. The difference was in the second quarter, Minnesota started to make shots, and it started to wear on the Lakers. Like the first quarter, LA kind of, they reacted to it. But then the second, Minnesota just kept. It's like when you got somebody, and you take like their strength away, and then you just got to lean on them, just lean on them, and eventually they're going to topple over. That's kind of what Minnesota did. Like once they got to, because the second quarter started with like 11 or 12-1 Minnesota run. It went from 28-21 to like 31-28 Minnesota like that, and they just leaned on them.
Yeah,
just leaned on them, and LA just kept panicking and starting to do things like, what are you doing? Like and Luka got his, he's gonna get his, but Minnesota knows what, because you watched the Boston series last year. Let Luka do whatever he wants, just shut everybody else down.
Right. What did LeBron do? What was LeBron able to do?
He had 19, I think. I mean, but he wasn't a factor. He got one. Like LA made a run in the third quarter. I think they got it to single digits. I think it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't long lived. And then Minnesota was like, all right, Minnesota just hit back.
Well, they kind of did that in the second quarter too, because I turned it on. I think Minnesota was up 13 or 16.
Yeah,
and LA had a couple plays, and then. DiVincenzo hit that long three, and it was just like, ooh, that hurt.
Yeah. I mean, but Minnesota's not going to change how they play. And the real question is, does LA have the personnel to adjust to it? I don't think they do.
I heard somebody say,
I'll be honest with you, I don't think they do.
Did nothing.
He did nothing.
And they're like, look.
They beat him up.
Their third
they beat him
going
up.
to have to do something.
Well, if Nas, again, Anthony Edwards only had 22 points. However, he had 9 assists. So he was distributing. He was getting people involved, and that's the sign of maturity. And Tatum showed this today. Pritchard was hot. Derek White was hot. Tatum deferred. And that's
Tatum's great like that.
You just let them, you start to be a great player. You got to let your teammates shine when they're on, and that's what Anthony Edwards did the other night, and that's what Tatum did today. They were hot. I'm not going to force it. Just keep, and that's fine.
Yeah, Tatum's the guy where sometimes you're just like, dude, you need to shoot that one.
Yeah. Well,
Tatum's like overly unselfish.
I mean, the game. Look, Orlando's going to get physical with him. They knocked him down. It ain't going to be the last time this happens. And I got news for you. Don't be surprised if at some point in the Detroit Knicks series they go after Brunson.
Oh yeah,
they will. I could set your watch by it. I don't know what's going to happen in Game 2, but it will definitely happen in Game 3 if it doesn't happen in Game 2.
Well, they were doing stuff to him outside of the whistles.
Well, yeah.
It's nothing like real dirty, but it was
chippy.
Yeah, it was like if I was the ref should have addressed it, not with a T, but gone over and said, "Don't do that again." If
I have yet to see a ref ever address this.
I mean, Brunson was holding the ball, right? He was palming it in his hand.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley came over, and when I say swatted it full force out of his hand, like to me, you can fuck with a guy's wrist doing that.
I agree.
And ref didn't even say anything. I'm like,
it is all about trying to get the opponent out of its comfort zone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways to do that, and a lot of it is questionable. Let's be honest. After the whistle,
yeah,
okay.
And Brunson just looks over at the ref and he goes,
"Yeah,"
and then proceeds to,
yeah. But see, Brunson also has a dad who played in that league for 9 years, who knows what that shit's all about. So Brunson's not going to flinch.
He played in the Big East too.
Yeah, he played in the Big East. So the thing is, now look at this. It's 13, 12-2 run by the Rockets.
12-2 run. They're still down 13.
You had to go on a 12-2 run to get it to 13.
Give me a break, Jimmy.
Did he flop?
Yeah, he flopped.
He'll do that.
Is that Green? I think that's Jalen Green right there.
He's got 5 points.
Oh, jeez.
That's
no wonder
terrible.
they're
Their best
killed.
player has 5 points.
That's why they're getting killed.
That's Jimmy Butler playing D.
You're probably right.
I'm saying
He's gotta be guarding him.
They have a guy now that they haven't really had like this before. Durant could play defense, but he was more of a scorer. Thompson is a shooter. This dude, Jimmy Buckets, is he's the Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. But Curry's never played with a guy like this. Yeah. So, look, it's Jimmy Buckets at the line after the flop. Nope, ball don't lie, though. He bricked it.
Mike Dunleavy. Mike Dunleavy's son.
Mm-hmm. No, Pickett. He went in for the dig. You see it? Went for the dig. But anyway, LA's got to look in the mirror here because I got news for you. There's a very good chance they could get swept.
You think so?
Yeah, because
That'd be embarrassing.
Because of what I just said. And I knew Minnesota was going to get physical with them. I just didn't know. I don't know LA's roster, but that counterpunch, if you want to call it a counterpunch, no.
Yeah.
No bueno. No.
I think
No.
I think Minnesota has some bad basketball in them.
Luke, they do. This is but they're like Memphis. They can go to sleep mentally for a while. They can, but the thing is, they did that. Anthony Edwards did not have a great shooting night. He did have 9 assists.
No, that's good for him.
That's a bad sign for LA. It's a good sign for Minnesota because they didn't see his fastball and they lost by 22 at home.
Oh man, that's so.
So
Asian teams do that.
Luka got 36. Didn't matter. So.
Two bricks in a row
yeah.
from 25 feet.
He lost it. Oh, that's a break for Houston right there. It's 69-55. Now, this is the quintessential get it to 10 at the end of 3.
Right.
Which they can do.
If they get it to 10, we'll stick around for the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So,
If not, I'm taking my ass home.
yeah. So, that's a nice play.
That was a really nice.
That's a nice play. Well, they do play defense.
Who was that guy? That guy was up high.
I don't know, but he was up there.
God damn.
He was up there.
Oh man, he got hit.
Called it. They called it.
Yep. That guy is going to need to force the issue because
Oh, they got Adams too. They got Aquaman.
yeah, he's good for the boards.
Yeah, he's a physical.
That guy's enormous.
He is. Adams is enormous. They're all. Look at them all. They're all 7 feet. Look at these 3 guys.
Who is that guy?
Smith Jr. I don't know who he is.
Who that is?
Smith Jr. America?
Just
Rockets?
massive men.
Large men. Large. So he's at the line. He's got 21, 7, and 2 steals. He's 10 of. He's having a game.
Yeah. He's the only one.
This kid's been the definition of consistency all year. That's why they're the 2 seed. Because he's been one of those consistent players in the league, quite honestly.
Steven Adams is wiping the floor up.
He does it all. He's Windex, man. Does it all. Utility guy. Yeah. Then he puts the foot in a little shine, a little spit shine. You know. So he makes 2. It's 12. And nothing but net on the first one.
This guy's like the big fundamental.
Yeah, he is. So it is now 69.
The Rockets are going to have to catch fire here shooting wise.
Well, their best player has 5 points. He missed it.
Damn.
When does Jalen, what's his name, Green?
Jalen
When does he
Green.
wake up?
Better be soon.
Oh my God, what are you doing? They're lucky he missed
Guy
that.
hesitated. So
Yeah,
I don't know why he didn't just come up and shoot that
Yeah,
ball.
nobody
was
covered
looking
him.
at
It was
yeah.
like, what the?
Once he hesitated twice,
Yeah,
he should have just pulled it back out.
got him up top on a midget. Oh, bad
What the
pass.
fuck was that? Oh wow,
Who's that dude?
that's Buddy Hield.
That's Buddy Hill. Oh, yeah, Buddy Hill. No. All right.
Van Fleet.
He's cagey, too. That was an air ball. Nice ball.
Oh God, come
Another
on,
rebound.
Houston.
Foul.
What the fuck?
And big bodies pounding the glass. Pounded.
Really should have made that putback.
Should have. Got mugged.
Is that Looney?
He is kind of a loony.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude, too.
There's a lot of big guys in there.
They should have made that putback.
Yeah.
Who missed the
I think
putback?
that was.
Look, he's getting mugged. He was getting mugged, America. He was. I don't like his feet. Look at his feet on the free throw. You better make that.
He's pigeon toed.
Oh, yeah, pigeon toe. Weird. Strange. It's always the taller guys that have the weird, like, they do.
They're probably just switching things up,
They're
trying
just-
to see what
yeah,
because they're
it's
not
weird.
shooting well.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
weird.
you just got to keep shooting.
Like, the big guys always had the unorthodox shit. Jabari Smith Jr.
Jabari Smith. That name sounds familiar.
Jabari, who's going to play at Duke? Jabari something. He was supposed to be really good. He was a flop. Rotation players. 19 for Sagan, Green 21.
Auburn University.
Auburn.
Don't think I know him.
He made that one. So it's 11 with 49 seconds to go.
Did he hit 2 of them?
Yeah, he made them both. What if they get to 9?
Well, you Okay.
I'm saying. 9-8.
Steph's ready to hit one.
Where is he? He's in there? Yeah, he's in the corner.
In the bottom.
Don't leave Steph. Don't leave Steph.
Jimmy's got the ball.
Here's the problem. They've got Jimmy Butler. And he gets right into 5 feet. Oh, he missed it.
Oh, good. Nice board.
Okay. All right. Hold on, America.
Come on, guys.
Let's see what happens here.
Hold for the last shot.
Let's see what happens here. That was a nice move. It is 9.
That's 9.
It is 9 with 20. All right, hold on. Golden State's got the ball. Gee, where is Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm surprised they haven't run him off a screen yet. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh,
He airballed that. Oh, my God.
Well, they got a shot. Shoot the ball.
No way.
Terrible shot.
Oh, it almost went off the glass.
It's 9, though.
It's 9. We have a Donnie.
A 9-point game in the fourth quarter. I mean, the Knicks were down 8 last night going.
I'm saying that's not a large lead. That's buckets, Jimmy buckets.
You like
That
that was a hell.
Did you like that? Oh, this is Curry.
That was disgusting.
That was disgusting.
That guy. But seriously though, if you didn't know who Steph Curry was and you saw it, you go, "Who's this lucky motherfucker?"
Idiot. Oh, it's Steph Curry.
Oh, that's the greatest shooter ever. Maybe he meant to do that.
Maybe it's in his daily repertoire.
Dude, the Mets have won 4 in a row. They just swept the Cardinals 4 straight.
Red Sox blew a 4-2 lead today. Lost 8-4 to the Shit Sox. They had taken the first
Did they
2.
win that series?
They're up 2-1. The last one's tomorrow on Marathon Monday. Boston Marathon tomorrow.
Oh,
by the way.
they do the Friday to Monday series.
So we'll see if they can take 3 out. They better take 3 out of 4. They should have. They were up 4-2 in the 6th or 7th inning and blew it. Like, what are you fucking doing? Had a chance to get in. Maybe they were a game and a half out of first because the Yankees lost last night. I don't know what they did tonight though. Probably won. Fucking Spankies. But the Sox are doing it to themselves. I mean, they're struggling with the fucking White Sox. Come on, it's Bush League.
Well,
Bush League.
they win tomorrow. That's 3 out of 4, right?
Yeah, 4 would be good, but they should have. I know it's hard to win 4 in a row. I understand that, but this is the White Sox.
And your bullpen's going to have hiccups. Dear God, the Reds beat the Orioles 24-2.
Is it the second time this happened?
25 hits.
24-2.
Holy shit! Let's look at the stats on this biddy.
24-2.
25 hits.
That's like what happened to Memphis today. That's what that is. That's the equivalent of what happened to Memphis today.
This might be worse. A 22-run deficit in the big leagues. That's
unheard
that might
of.
be like losing by 60 in the.
I'm saying what
it's
OKC did Memphis. That was the 4th largest blowout in playoff history. Only 3 other games in the history.
I can't believe there's 3 others.
There's 3 that are worse than that. But in the 80, whatever it is, year history of the league, not 80,
God,
60 or 70.
24-2. Let's look at some of these stat lines for the Reds. Somebody was 5 for 7 with 7 RBIs. Holy shit!
The gummy is processing nicely. I love the gummy.
The Reds catcher was 6 for 7.
We'll take a quick break. Come back for the 4th quarter. Right back.
6 for